In this video, I'm going to explain my work in a brief. I have automated manheim show store website by using Java code. Um, I used Java, Selenium Grid, Selenium Webdriver, and TestNG to automate the website. So the application to be automated is this website. As you can see in the screen, this is the website I'm going to automate. First of all, I will explain my works in a brief. I have some virtual machines installed in my base machine. So let me have a look. So this is my virtual machine console. I have Windows XP, I have Windows Vista, I have Ubuntu, these three virtual machines, and in my base machines I have Windows 7. So this is my Windows 7, and I have three other operating system that I can run parallelly with my base machine Windows 7. So I ran my code on Google Chrome browser on Windows 7, and in the same time parallelly same code I ran on Windows Vista, that is on my virtual machine. First of all, I set up the environment. So I set up the environment in that way. I click right button on this one, and then I change some settings on my network. I click on change advanced. Oh, sorry. I clicked on change adapter settings. Quickly, I click properties, and then I as my machine is connected through internet via Wi-Fi, but I assigned an IP so that I can access those machines, those browsers by my code. So this IP I have put them manually. So in my base machine I have put like my default gateway is 192.168.1.1, and this one is the IP that I have assigned. And in my virtual machines, in the same way, I have assigned an IP. So in my virtual machine, the IP is let me have a look. In my virtual machines, the IP is then properties. Continue. So I have given IP here 192.168.1 and 40, and in my base machine IP is 192.168.1.30. After setting the IPs, what I did is I set up the I set up the client server environment by going to command prompt. So I went to command prompt, and I ran the command. I ran the command like I have my Selenium server standalone version on my C drive. Inside my C drive, I have it in Selenium server. So this is the jar file for Selenium server, and I have my Chrome driver to drive my test cases on Chrome browser. So what I did here, in command prompt, I redirect myself to the folder, and after that I wrote code So I execute this command. This command is going to set up my base machine as um, the hub. So from hub I can run test on any virtual machines, any machines if I have the IP. So I have set up these virtual machines as a hub by this command. So I'm not going to execute my command right now because I already set up my environment. So I will close this one. And when you set up your uh, hub, if you go to the Chrome browser, if you give the IP and port number and go to this URL, you will get this window. In this window you can see that this this these sections actually is showing the node that actually node is as a client. In the client I have executed some other test cases. So in client what I did is, let's go to the client. In client I have set up my Windows Vista as my client or node. So to set up this one, what I did is I execute some command. So yep, after that I execute this command to set up this virtual machine as my node or as my client. So this is the command. So I'm explaining the WebDriver hub for these machines by this command, like B. So I'm giving the IP address of the hub here. Like the IP address is the IP address of my base machine is, and I'm giving the port number that will be accessed by this virtual machine, and I'm giving these things to get register with that register, and I'm explaining which port from this virtual machine will be used to communicate with the base machine. So I am explaining the port as, when you execute this command you will get these machines, you will get those configurations and browser things on the base machines. So I'm not going to execute this command again. So I already execute this command and it is running over there. So now let's go to the original testing procedure. My environment is set up, and now let me explain the testing procedure. What I did is I have set up a test suite that called regression. In regression, basically when the website loads, I test all of the major features, all of the major features first, and then I divide the test to further, further I went further down. So what I did in the regression sections, I click each of the link and I read the title of the oncoming page, and I have all of the titles saved in this Excel file, in this Excel sheet. So all of the oncoming page, their title is saved in this Excel file, and whenever each of the link is clicked, whenever the new page is loaded, I just compare the title of oncoming page to the title of this stored titles in the Excel sheet. So by this way I just did a regression when the website initially load, whether the measure functionalities is working or not. After that, I test all of the links again in details. So what I did on the second step, I created another test suite called test all links. In this section, in this test suite, I test each of the links one by one, and when I click on a link, then I search for certain keywords or certain I look for certain data in the oncoming page, and if I get those data, I give that test case as a pass. So in the second step, I test all of the in the second test suite, I test all of the all of the links, and in the third test suite, what I did, I test those like when the website load, I test all of those, like this remind me text box, this promotional code text box, this drop down list, choose a brand drop down list. So I test all of those things in my third test suite. So now let's go to the code. um, so um, I have I have here my this class. In this class, I initialize the driver. Like I have ran my code on Chrome browser in my base machine. So I define my driver uh, like um, Chrome browser here. Like when I will like it is actually whatever the driver is going to be initialized, it is actually depending on the on a parameter. The parameter is browser. This parameter, the value of this parameter is coming from a XML file. I will later on I will show where I am passing this the value of this browser. So I am passing the value of this browser from this XML file. When I'm running, actually I'm driving my code by this XML file, by those XML file. So from this XML file, when I'm calling a instance, or when I'm calling a class or test suite, what I am doing, I'm passing a parameter. Like the name of the parameter is browser, and its value is, like when I'm running my code on remote virtual machine, then I'm passing this parameter. And then when I'm running my code on my base machine, I'm running my I'm sending this parameter. So when the value will be removed node Firefox Vista, um, some certain type of driver will be instantiated, and when my browser, when my parameter will be Chrome, another driver will be initialized. So let's have a look in the driver class. So when I'm getting Chrome as a parameter, I'm initialized my driver to Chrome driver, and by this way I'm initializing my driver. When I'm getting remote node Firefox Vista as a parameter, I am initializing my driver with certain capabilities and platform. So when I'm getting this parameter, I'm running my code on my virtual machines. So when I'm running my code on my virtual machines, I'm giving my the um, I'm giving the URL of the virtual machines. I'm giving certain capabilities, like I'm running my code on Firefox, so I'm giving this Firefox Firefox capabilities, and then I'm setting my the browser name is browser Firefox, and this Vista is actually, when you go to here, you can see on my virtual machines I can run 5 instance of Firefox, 1 instance of Internet Explorer, 5 instance of Chrome browser at a time. So if you hover on Firefox icon, then you can see platform is Vista. So I have got my this Vista from over there, and then I initialize my driver with here. So in that way I initialize my driver. After that, when my driver is initialized, I wrote my code for tests. So let's go to the regression sections. In the regression section, like I have I extends I inherit the capabilities of driver initialization class, and from that class I'm getting my um, driver variable. And here in these sections I am reading the data from the Excel file, and this codes basically is to read the data from Excel file. So I read the data from Excel file and store the data in the Excel file um, into a variable called page title. So whatever I have got from Excel file, I stored it in a variable in here, and I have another function here to get the type of the um, data in the Excel file. So here in these functions, from these functions I got the type of the data from the Excel file. So I got all of my title, page title, in this variable, in the um, page title variable uh, from the Excel file. After that, um, I read all of the links from from the page when it is loaded, and I um, I I clicked on the links. I waited for a certain period to so that the page load properly. When the page is load, I click each of the links, and when a page appear in this line, I am comparing the 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 uh, title of the oncoming page to the um, stored uh, title that I stored in Excel file. So if the title of the oncoming page matched with the title of the titles stored in the Excel file, then then it will generate a pass status. So in that way, in the regression class, I test all of the links. So that is the functionalities of this regression manheim regression class. After that, I have another class that is called um, test all links. In that um, class, in that test suite, actually I test all of the links in details. So I have around how many I have around 12, I have around 14 test cases here to check all of the links. So what I did, again I have inherit the driver initialization class, so that to get the driver characteristics, I ran like there is a link called home link. When I will click on, suppose there is a link called January. When I will click on January, what I did, first of all, I um, I I check the um, I check the page whether it is loaded properly or not. I compare the title of the page with the actual title, and after that I have looked for certain keywords. Like I have looked for um, some data like this one and this one and some other data to compare, to test whether the page loaded properly, whether I'm getting the um, desired things that I'm looking for. So those things have been implemented in these sections, and after that, step by step, all of the links have been tested and look for the desired data in those space. If I get those space, then I generate as a pass. And after that, I have another class that is called test manheim drop down and text boxes. So in this class, what I did is I test the functionalities of the text boxes, drop down list boxes. So in I have how many I have one two three test cases here. In these three test cases, I have tested the remind me text boxes. I have tested the promotional code text boxes. I have tested the drop down boxes that is in the bottom of the page. So in these sections I have tested those things. Now let me explain one more thing. I have loaded some libraries when I was creating my project. So I go to Java build path, and in Java build path what I did, I in libraries section I add some external jars. So what is the external jars that I have added? So I have added those for accessing Excel file. To accessing the data from the Excel file, I included uh, Apache POI Apache POI API. So those actually those POI, like those this API has some jar files. I included those jar files and those jar files to read the data from Excel file. Okay, and I have included some more jar. I have included let me show you some more jar that I have included. It is in sales server. I have some more jar. Just in a brief, I have included this jar. Then I have included some other jar. Let me explain some Selenium. I have included the Selenium jar files. So let me show you the those jar files. It is in QA, my QA folder, QA, and then inside Selenium I have those Selenium jars. So these two jar and those jar I have added with this one, and I have added testng library. So this is the things that I have included with my file. Now let me execute my test cases. So when I was executing my test cases, let me execute it step by step. First of all, I will let me show you these three XML file that I have actually. By those XML file I am running my test cases. So like in this XML file, actually by this XML file I am running the test cases, that is to test the test boxes and the drop down list boxes. By this one I run the regression testing, and by this XML file I run the all of the I test all of the links. So let me show how I the my code in action. So click on right button and then run as run configuration, and from here whatever test cases, whatever XML file, if I want to run 10 XML file at a time, I can run 10 XML file. So let me explain one more thing. So like let me first of all I'm going to show the regression. I'm going to run the run regression. So can you see this bit? This bit is to run the test on my virtual machine, and this bit is to run my test on my base machine. So this one and this one will run parallelly. So by that way we can run, if I have 100 virtual machine, I can run 100 instance of my code at a time parallelly. So load test can be done by that way. So let me run my code by this run manheim regression XML file. So let me run, click on right button, run configuration, and then browse. So what I want to include, I want only to include the manheim regression sheet. Okay, and then apply and then run. Okay, so I'm running. Let's see. My machine is overloaded. It will take a little bit time. my my codes are running. It will take a little bit time. Yes, so it is running in my base machines, and it will run on my virtual machine as well. So let's see what is running on my base machine. It is running up there. So it is clicking on each of the link, comparing the title with the title from the Excel file, and in this way it is just performing a simple regression test. So in this at the same time, my